From the inside, Harvard, UT San Antonio, Mississippi State. Then in the middle, Tennessee, Florida, LSU. On the outside, South Florida and Penn State. They will stay in their lanes through the entire first leg. Pass the baton, the outgoing runner will stay in his lane through the full first turn and then break for the pole on the backstretch.
And for athletes that just ran one semifinal today, coming back and running a second 400 meters is just a good workout. They're going to get a day off tomorrow, then they'll come back for the finals of the men. So the women will start tomorrow, then they'll get that day off and they'll come back on Saturday. But good running on the outside. We've seen some real great running from the South Florida squad. This is Treshawn Bowie, the junior, but Florida looks like they're in the lead with Tennessee not far behind.
And Sean Burrell, in true 400 hurdle style, finished strong and passed his team off just barely in second place. So it's Florida, LSU, South Florida. There's Tennessee as well. As they break for the pole, they take the smart tangent. There he is from Florida, Rios Prude, the freshman, taking that tangent, running the minimum distance possible.
All right, Raheem Hales on that first leg for Florida, 45.6, so a good start for the Gators.
Florida, LSU, Tennessee, all SEC in the top three positions. Gators go with Genoa McKeever on leg number 3, Salim Epps for LSU, and for Tennessee, Jaquan Hale.
So good run for the freshman there by Rios Prude, 45.5. It's nice when you've got depth in that 400 meters and you can sit guys like Wanye McCoy and Robert Gregory. Let them rest up, get ready for their individual finals, but Florida is just running away with it right now.
Good opportunity for these youngsters also to get a little bit of national championship exposure and feeling that crowd and being on this track. Florida well out in front now. Tennessee going into second as they get ready to exchange the baton for the last time. For Florida, Javon Powell on anchor. For LSU, Dylan Bedell. And for Tennessee, Rasheem Griffith. That's a comfortable lead for the Gators.
Well, on a big third leg for the Florida Gators, McKeever goes 44.3. And I'll tell you, it was a good run by E.B. Emmanuel Bynum from Tennessee. He's not listed here for Tennessee. It looked like it said Jaquan Hale, but it was Emmanuel Bynum who brought the Volunteers all the way up into second.
LSU now back into second place. That's important because it's an automatic qualifying position. Florida well out in front, but LSU finishing strong with Dylan Bedell to grab the second automatic qualifying spot. Tennessee will finish third. So it's 1, 2, 3 SEC in this first heat of the 4x400 relay. 3:01.78 officially for the Florida Gators. From the inside, Pittsburgh, Purdue, Virginia Tech. Then in the middle, Campbell, Texas A&M, Arkansas, and then on the outside, Kansas State and UCLA.
Well, UCLA on the outside lane there in lane 9 have gone up to a really quick start. UCLA goes with Ismail Turner, the senior, and Mile Meisner-Daly, another senior, will go second for the Bruins.
If you allow me to reminisce for a moment, UCLA used to own this event back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the 70s and the 80s. Arkansas now making a big push. Tomljanovic is finishing really strong for the Razorbacks. They'll pass first.
.45.9 for TJ Tomljanovic. Good start for the Razorbacks. James Benson, the second, will take the second leg.
So Arkansas A&M up front as we expected them to be.
And for the Texas A&M Aggies, that's Cutler Zamzow, brother to former Ashton Zamzow, now Ashton Mahler, great heptathlete from the University of Texas.
Arkansas will pass first, followed by A&M. For Arkansas, Connor Washington. For A&M, Kamar Farquharson, the 400-meter hurdler who has qualified through to Friday's final in his individual event.
.45 flat for Cutler Zamzow.
44.5 for James Benson Jr.
I got my numbers mixed up. And here is Connor Washington, and he got that stick and just so much intention to get out early, establish a good rhythm and a good tempo to keep the Razorbacks ahead.
Yeah, but for Farquharson, he's a 400 hurdler, which means he finishes strong, closing the gap for the Aggies. Arkansas passes first. For the Razorbacks, Stephen McElroy. For A&M, it's Ahmad Robinson, who is qualified for the 400-meter final.
45.2 for Farquharson. 45.9 for Connor Washington. This ought to be a great finish. Ahmad Robinson loves to run people down.
Stephen McElroy doing a good job holding off Ahmad Robinson, but here comes Robinson. They're going to be the automatic qualifiers. A&M will win the heat, followed by Arkansas. 3:01.16 unofficially. 3:01.17 with a 44.6 anchor for Ahmad Robinson. Arkansas goes 3:01.56. So the first three finishers in Heat 1 and the first two finishers in Heat 2 all Southeastern Conference.
Arizona State out in lane 7. They've run 3 flat without Justin Robinson. So see if they can do that again tonight.
From the inside, Oklahoma State, USC, Texas Tech. Then in the middle, Texas, Alabama, Arizona State. And on the outside, BYU and Baylor.
Texas Tech has gone 3:01 this season. Texas has gone 3:01. Alabama, certainly we know how good they are. Arizona State also 3:01.
Here comes Alabama with Chris Robinson. Remember, those 400-meter hurdlers, they finished strong. But Arizona State's Jaden Davis, the freshman, holding him off. Going to be close for the exchange. Alabama makes the exchange first. 45.7 for Chris Robinson on the leadoff. Jonathan Martin now takes it for Crimson Tide. For Arizona State, it's Caleb Simpson.
Well, that's USC in third position there. Made a nice loop move. William Jones ran that first leg. Jacob Andrews now here on the second leg, just a freshman.
So USC making a move to try and get up front. It's Arizona State, Alabama, USC making a move, and Texas Tech as they come down the home straight to make the second exchange. Arizona State fading. USC makes the exchange first. No, Arizona State, a smart move by their outgoing runner Nicholas Ramey to keep the Sun Devils in the lead, followed closely by USC, Alabama, and Texas Tech.
Well, for Texas Tech, that's the 400-meter hurdler, Oscar Edlin, a junior. He's in for his second duty of the day. But USC just wants to get this thing around to Johnny Blockberger, who's going to bring it home for the Trojans.
Matthew Weaver for Alabama. They're in third, but challenging. Going wide. Matthew Weaver trying to race his Crimson Tide back into the lead in exchange first. He'll hand off to Spencer Gudgel. Alabama with a little bit of lead. Johnny Blockberger for the Trojans in second. Texas Tech is third.
44.9 for Matthew Weaver there, but not a great outgoing run for Spencer Cudgel. That baton slowed down through the pass. Excuse me, this is Caleb McRae as Texas Tech has to step off the track.
Texas Tech is out of it. Alabama leading USC. Spencer Cudgel trying to make it a clean sweep of SEC schools in all 3 heats of these 4x400-meter relays, but Johnny Blockberger might have something to say about it. It is going to be Alabama wins it over USC. They get the automatic qualifying positions, and Texas's Logan Pobelka realizing that they're looking at a time qualifier running hard for the line. Let's see if it paid off. Well, 188 for Alabama.
For Alabama, it was not Spencer Cudgel. That's Caleb McCray right there. But talking to the Alabama coach, I said, what do you have to run today to make it through? He said, man, I can put 4 guys out there and I can run 3 flat and we can get through. Let's take a look at some of these exchanges. Good run for Chris Robinson up front, but great run for Jaden Davis, the freshman. Come to the national championships, gain a lot of confidence when you can run on a 4x4 relay like this and just hang with some of the best teams in the country. There you see good exchanges there by the Sun Devils, man. They've been doing it a long time. Now there's Caleb McCray, outgoing runner. He ran 1/400 today. This is his second one of the day. Thought Johnny Blockberger might have a little bit left, but I think he knew where he was. Second position, had it locked up, and said, I'm going to just hang right here.
44-3 for Johnny Blockberger and the Trojans on that final carry. And Texas did advance. Smart running there. 3:04.48 is what it took. Arizona State got the last spot.